good morning or evening, whenever you're watching this video. I don't know. So here's basics IX practice. I'll have this quiz probably Thursday. That's what I've got in my head, but that's subject to change. But anyways, it's newer than some of the past ones, but it's been so long since you took one, you probably forgot what was on them. So this guy has got his number 1. We have a fraction. What we're going to do is we're just going to 7 both sides. And that causes a cancellation on the right. And I'm left with 3 times 2x minus 3 equal to 5 times 7, which is 35. We're going to distribute our 3, 6x minus a 9, still equal to 35. We're going to add 9 to both sides. What is that, 44? Sounds reasonable. And divide by 6. 44/6 will reduce to 22/3. And there's my answer, assuming I didn't make any mistakes. All right, here's absolute value. We're going to isolate absolute value, write and solve 2 equations. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to 5 both sides. I do the parentheses to remind myself to distribute. Cancellation on the left, 3 absolute values of 2x minus 2, greater than 5 times 6 is 30, 5 times negative x, negative 5x. I can distribute my 3 in. Absolute value of 6x minus 6 is greater than 30 minus 5x. And now I get to write 2 equations. 6x minus 6 is greater than 30 minus 5x. Or the other one, negative 6x plus 6 is greater than 30 minus 5x. So there's a little bit of work to do to get to that stage. I'm going to shift my x's left on the first one here because I'm going to add 5x and get 11x. I'm going to add 6 and get 36. So I have 11x greater than 36. So x is greater than 36 over 11, which should not simplify. Let's go back and look for any little mistakes. I'm okay with that. All right, moving on to this guy over here. We'll just do it this way. If I add 5x to negative 6x, I have negative x. If I take away 6 from 30, I get 24. When I divide by a negative, I flip my inequality symbol. So here's my 2 answers. X is greater than 36/11, or x is less than negative 24. So this guy right here would be that I'm 36/11 to infinity. And this guy right here would be negative infinity to negative 24. That's what it looked like. So I'll probably make this multiple select. Those would be your answers. There'd be a true interval, the actual answer, which is negative infinity to negative 24, unioned with 36/11 to infinity. I haven't made the quiz out yet. I'm not sure how I'll have the answer choices represented. So that's how you take those 2 answers, create the actual true interval. This one says solve the formula surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h for pi. This is surface area of a cylinder. And you're supposed to solve it for pi. What I notice is that both pieces of the right-hand side contain pi, so I can factor it. Surface area is pi. If I pull pi from 2 pi r squared, I have 2r squared. If I pull pi from 2 pi rh, I have 2rh. So surface area is pi times 2r squared plus 2rh. There's an understood multiplication symbol right here. The opposite of multiplication symbol is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2r squared plus 2rh. And that is pi. And it's done. Well, we have here the double distributive property, better known as the FOIL method. F.O.I.L. 3x times 6x has been 18x squared forever. 3x times negative 7 minus 21x. Negative 5 times 6x minus 30x. And negative 5 times negative 7 is plus 35. Combine my like terms, 18x squared minus 51x plus 35. Seems right. We got here some basic function notation. Given f of x equals 5x squared minus 7 and g of x is 7x minus 5, find f divided by g of negative 3. So focus on this. That means f over g, and since it's -3, it's f of -3 divided by g of -3. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find f of -3. Happens when you plug a -3 in. I'm going to throw it over g of -3, which happens when you plug a -3 into g. See, this is going to be -3 squared is 9, times 5 is 45, take away 7 is 38. 7 times -3 is -21. Take away 5 is -26. And then I reduce. What is that, 19/13? -19/13. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. I think it's all right. All right, number 6, use the graph below to determine the average rate of change over an interval from -2 to 6. Hopefully this goes better. So here is when x is -2, and the y value is -4. That's important. When x is 6, is right there, and y is 1. Well, not that that really matters. But as I travel from here to here, it looks to me like I rise 2, 5. I rise 5, and I run 8, because I'm going from 2 to 6. So 5/8. That's your slope. Average rate of change is fancy for slope. Remember that. Pause this video. That way I've got at least some of it. Things have a tendency to crash on me. So let me stop this and I'll start a new one in just a minute.